is Matt.
Good tidings.
And in this video, we're going to be doing some Darkmaul Citadel, which is the little dungeon that they made for you to learn mechanics at the end of the Exile's Reach starting area. So if this dungeon looks familiar to any of you, then you must have played in Warlords of Draenor, because this is a recolor of the Highmaul raid. And so to start off with, the group is organized by having Captain Garrick, who is your main quest giver here in Exile's Reach, tank through this dungeon, so you don't need to worry about having a tank or tanking if that's your preferred spec. And then her son is healing. Henry is healing everybody, so all anybody in the group has to do is DPS. But they don't count as normal party members, so you can have up to 5 people in here, but you could do this alone with Captain and Henry Garrick as well. So however you get placed, don't worry about it. They're here to help you. So the basic setup for this is that this is really smart the way Blizzard did this. I kind of wish that they had done something like this many years ago, is just to teach basic dungeon mechanics to people coming in, which is really, really wonderful. And anybody that's played through an old Ragefire Chasm or Deadmines run with somebody that had never been in the dungeon before, you know that that can be kind of a painful experience for a new player. And so in here there's going to be 2 bosses that you're going to kill, guys. The first one is Tunk, who's kind of a... I'm not sure what this is called. It's not an ogre. It's like one of the creatures, if it's a Gron or what, that are with the ogres. And he'll either drop a blue weapon or shield, or he'll drop a 12-slot bag. Now, if you don't get the piece that you want initially, you can run this more than once, because it only takes about 5 minutes. So there's no problem to run this a few times if you'd like, and get the transmog pieces, especially if you'd like to get them, because there is both a weapon, a shield if you can wear a shield, and then a cloak transmog in here. And I think those transmogs are pretty common. You can get them other places, but if you don't have them yet, great place to pick them up. This is a new character and a new account for me, so I'm going to be running it until I make sure I get at least the bow and the cape. The second boss can drop the cape, can drop a ring, and a trinket are the things that I've seen it drop so far. So let's see what we got off of Tunk. Okay, we got Tunk's Tiny Bow, which is the blue that I was talking about, and that's what that looks like here. And that's my first blue item on this character. I have before got both the Tunk's Tiny Bow and the chest, and I did this time too, which is great. So you can replace one of your 6 slots with a 12 slot. And you want to stay up close to Henry and Captain Garrick up here, because if you get too far behind when they go into the last boss area, it'll actually lock you out. So just don't get too far behind them, because I had that happen once because I dinged while I was in here, and as I was setting up my level 10 stuff, I actually got locked out. So if you ding while you're doing this, don't mess with it until you're done with the dungeon. And this is that little gate that I'm talking about right here, guys. So we're going to head over here, and the story of this place is that the ogres are trying to reanimate a dragon by basically kind of like taking souls, almost like Gul'dan did in order to open the dark portal, but they're trying to kind of take prisoners so that they can reanimate this dragon right here. And what you'll see is this Gorgoth here is not a full boss, because what happens with him is that once you start to get him down, he actually will sacrifice himself to raise the dragon, because he needed a little bit more power. Only mechanic there is just to watch out for those little purple things that are on the floor, guys. Oh, there he went, but got under 50% health and threw his soul over to the dragon. Now, with the dragon, there's only one attack you need to watch out for, and that's a frontal breath cone attack that he has. That actually does pretty good damage. It took me down to about 60% from full the first time I got hit by it. So that's necrotic breath right there. Just move out of the main path of the dragon. And then he'll also do a wing buffet that pushes everybody back, but that doesn't really do any damage. And you've got Henry here healing you, so it's pretty low likelihood that you're going to die in here, guys. And this guide's the same for BOA players or regular players. It doesn't matter at all for this dungeon right here. Now, if you run this more than once, I have noticed that sometimes you'll get no loot off the bosses, which is a bummer if you're trying to run it through to get the ring, the trinket, weapon, and there's level 10 for me, and the trunk. So let's see what I got. Okay, I got the ring. That's called a Darkmaul Signet Ring, and it's 2 stam, 5 crit, 3 verse, guys. So once you're done with the dungeon, go over to Captain Garrick and talk to her. You're going to turn in the quest for this dungeon, and you're also going to get your last piece of your Exile's Reach set, which is a green for every slot except for the boots. And people have done a lot of research to try to find out if there's a green set of boots, and it does not appear that there are for this. So if you're doing this for transmog purposes to get all the expeditionary mail stuff, you'll have a slot for everything except for the boots in here. And the chest you get when you get back to Stormwind. So if you decide you want to do this one more time, do it now before you hop on the Griffin. And yeah, that's how you do the Darkmaul Citadel. Just queue for it from the Dungeon Finder, and I hope you guys like the video here. There's the headpiece that you get as a reward for this. If you guys like WoW content, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll try to keep making content that's valuable in Shadowlands. With that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.
It's been fun.